our campers. It's me, Camp Counselor Dan. And if you can't tell, I am absolutely filled with joy for our career corner today. Now, I know you're probably saying, where's Super Susan? Are we being punked? Where is Super Susan? What happened? Where's Susan Blackwell? I know. I'm guest hosting today. Super Susan is very excitedly, she was cast in a TV show. More on that later. And she's on a movie set over in Brooklyn, which is just right behind me, across the East River. But so she can't be here. And she sends her love and she sends POTUS kisses to all of you. And she's sad she couldn't be here because today is going to be amazing. So I am filled with joy because I get to spend a little bit more time with you and with one of my very good friends. So today, the Career Corner is amazing. Friend, oh, hi everyone. I know. Super Susan is a star. I'm so sorry. Today in the Career Corner, we have Tshombe Selby, who is a tenor, who is a member of the Metropolitan Opera Company, who is a member of the Met Chorus as an extra singer. He's a company singer. He started his career at the Met as an usher, which means he knows pretty much everything about the Met, and he's seen a lot of opera. So he can talk opera like nobody, and he can sing opera pretty much just as good as they come. All right, so friends, let's take a little look at Tshombe in a recital at Binghamton College. Check this out. Whew. Oh my gosh, I am so excited to invite my friend Tshombe Selby into the Career Corner. Let's get him in here, campers. Tshombe, what's going on, my friend?
Hey, everybody. Hey.
Oh my gosh, I miss you, and I'm so happy to see you. That was so beautiful. That was Massenet. Whew. That gave me chills. Look at that. You got the little hairs on my arm standing up already. Tshombe, welcome to Career Corner. I'm the guest host today, Camp Counselor Dan, and I just want to quickly describe myself for our campers, and then I'll invite you to do the same thing. So, excuse me, I'm excited. Campers, if you're joining us for the first time, you can call me Camp Counselor Dan or Spider Dan. My pronouns are he, him. I'm a white man with silvery black hair. I have a signature mustache, green, brown eyes, and I'm repping my Met Opera Voices Rise t-shirt. I'm in my room in New York City, and behind me is a white wall with a big chunky mirror right behind my head and a photograph of an elephant right over there. Tshombe, would you mind describing yourself for our campers and saying hi?
Hello, everyone. My name is Tshombe Selby. I am an African-American male with bald head and a beard. And I am so excited to be here today. My setting behind me is I have a bookshelf behind me with many books that I have taken a look at. I haven't read all of them. I do have a lovely, one of my favorite people here in the world. I unfortunately didn't get to meet him, Luciano Pavarotti, and I have a bookcase behind me with books and dictionaries and all kinds of things. But my pronouns are he and him, and I am just so with a big smile on my face, just so excited to be here with you guys.
We are so excited to have you. And can you show everyone your awesome t-shirt? Can you?
Oh, I'm wearing a black T-shirt that has hashtag Met Opera Melanin, and it's from when I was so blessed to be a part of the Porgy and Bess ensemble, the last run, and I'm gonna be up there again.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Porgy and Bess, and I love you in Porgy and Bess. I'm so happy. So we have a ton of questions from our campers today. Friends who submitted video questions, thank you so much. If you have any questions, you can pop them in the chat for Tshombe. We'll get to as many as possible. We're going to go deep fast. Are you ready? Are you ready for this, Tshombe? Let's do it.
I am excited. Let's roll.
All right. Now, our first three questions contain one overarching theme, but I'm going to play all of them because there's like a little follow-up. So we got to pay attention. Our first question is coming to us from the Boogie Down Bronx. These are two sisters, Lydia and Layla. Here we go.
Come through.
Hi Tshombe, Lydia and Layla here from Bronx, New York, and today we'll be asking you our questions. But before we start, I'd like to say it's amazing to have you here. Now, on to the questions. How old were you when you first started singing? What kind of music was it? What or who inspired you? Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Oh my, those were some fantastic questions, Leah and Layla. So I think we've kind of got three. We've got how old were you when you first started singing? What kind of music was it? And what or who inspired you?
Let me tell you, when I was about you guys' age, if maybe even younger, when I started to sing, and this was in my church, Haven Creek Missionary Baptist Church in Manteo, North Carolina, where my all of my family worshipped. I was there with my mother one Sunday, and I actually even before that, I started just singing. I mimicked all the older people in the choir, so I was inspired by the people in the senior choir, particularly my aunts. And my aunt who told me, she said, "Now, baby, if you want to sing well, you got to get ugly to sing. You can't sing pretty. You got to open your mouth, throw your head back, and let it roll." So I was inspired by my aunt, and I was a very young guy, probably 4 or 5. I had this little tinker piano that I would sit on our front porch and bang, and then your neighbors would be like, "Tell that boy to be quiet." But anyway, so I've been screaming and hollering for the longest time. So I was inspired by the people in my church. I was very young, and of course, it was the music was gospel music and hymns.
Got it. And it sounds like you were inspired by your whole community. And were you inspired by your parents? It sounds like they really encouraged you. And I love that. Like,
yes.
You got to get ugly to sing well.
Yeah, my aunt, her Loving Moore, she told me, she said, "Baby, when she was like the diva. She sang all the descants in the senior choir. So she sang. She was a soprano, and so she sang high. And so I always wanted to be like, singing like her. So I would get on my front porch and just wail back. And she said, "Now listen, if you want to sing, when you sing you got to throw your head back and you got to just sing for the glory of God." So
fun. It's amazing how many Met Opera stars, Met Opera singers, Met Opera chorus members have come out of the church choir tradition in any denomination, in different faiths. It's amazing that it's such a deeply rooted early training for so many singers. It's our first exposure to singing in a community, and the feeling that you get from being with other people who love music the way you do.
Yes.
This is great. Go ahead.
And also, I'll tell you, I feel that I still get to do the same thing, because singing on the stage or singing at the Met is just like singing at church, because people they'll cry, they'll laugh, and it brings such joy. So it's just a privilege to sing to people and to share that experience. So
absolutely.
Yes.
Here's our second question. This is from Shivangana in Muscat, Oman. There's a similar question here with a twist. Here we go. This is Shivangana.
Hello, I'm Shivangana from Muscat, Oman, and I would like to ask Tshombe Selby that how did you know at 5 years old that you always wanted to sing? Was it because your family was musical, or was it because you grew up with a lot of music around you? Thank you.
Well, I think we've answered a big chunk of what Shivangana is asking. So she's asking, so I don't know, maybe she did some homework. Did you learn that you wanted to be a singer at age 5?
Yeah, did she? How did,
I don't know.
I'm like, is she?
Is she here?
Shivangana? First of all, I love your name, young lady. Beautiful, beautiful name, and you all of you also you all are just radiant. I just love y'all are just stars. Anyway, yes, when I was that young, I always tugged towards singing. They said I cried a lot as a kid, as a little baby. So maybe the lungs were just there, but it's a great stress reliever and it makes you feel good. Sometimes if I'm having a blue day, I'll just go ahead and I can sing myself happy sometimes. So even as a little kid, I would get over what song it is and just sing my heart happy. So yes, I've always wanted to be, to sing, and until I'm no longer here, my last day, I'll probably be trying to belt out a tune. So yes.
I hope so. And I love that. I think that's great. That's a story and it's great advice. Sing if you're sad, sing yourself happy. If you can do it, do it. I always feel better when I sing. Sometimes I just like to, like I just got to get out and I got to like put my headphones on, go for a run and sing along with whoever. Yeah.
It's good for the lungs.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Yes, these are great questions, everyone. Okay, we're going to keep rolling with this theme of...
And I did have a musical family.
You did? Oh, right. We forgot to get to that part. Yeah, and we learned that they were very involved in your church. That's
yes.
In North Carolina, right?
Yes, North Carolina, the Outer Banks.
So beautiful out there.
Yes.
All right. This one, let me see here. This is from our friend in Brooklyn, New York. This is Durasimi in Brooklyn, New York. Let's check out what Durasimi has to ask you.
Hello, Mr. Selby. Durasimi from Brooklyn, New York here. And today, I have 2 questions. My first question is, how old were you when you became an opera singer? And my second question is, which opera composer inspired you to become an opera singer? Thank you.
All right. So this is a really good question because now we've learned about your early life and you were singing in church and you were singing yourself happy. But when did you say like, ooh, this voice is an opera singer's voice? When did that realization strike you?
Well, I was in my undergraduate years and I wanted to be a principal. Then you had to be a music teacher first. So I was in the university choir, and it was actually my university choir professor, Billy Hines, who I had trouble, quite frankly, with my voice lessons because I did not come to college knowing how to read music. So if you want to be an opera singer or you aspire, go ahead and really work on that music reading in all the languages. But it was about age 23, at age I would say 22 or so, that I clicked on YouTube and Luciano Pavarotti was singing La Donna Immobile, and I just fell in love, and I started to work on the cadenza just by listening, and my choir director said, we have something here. So I was like, okay. And the question is, when did I become an opera singer? I'm still working on it. I think you always work on it, but if you want to be an opera singer, and you consider yourself one, just sing, and you are. You learn an aria, and I guess you're not considered a full opera singer until you do a full role. And my first full role was, I believe, in 2015, and I was Count Almaviva in Barbara of Seville.
Excuse me, do you know what opera we're studying this week?
Ooh.
Hello.
Okay.
And we just met Lawrence Brownlee yesterday.
Oh my word! I can't tell you how it. You had Mr. Brownlee, my maestro, and then you have me. I'm like, I'm following him. Oh my word! But y'all. Let me tell you all. I got a little. I lost it there for a second. He is one of the the way he sings. Oh my word. He comes from a church background too, and he sings the coloratura just like it's he just and he's just so, and he's energized. Anyway, I could talk a long time about him. However, I want to answer the rest of the question.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, Puccini. It's just like, you guys ever get something that's really good to eat, and you just oh, this is so good. When Puccini, when he wrote what he knew what he was doing. So he really inspires me. It'll make you cry. All of the ones I love, Verdi and Rossini and Mozart, but I really do love Puccini because it's just so, you can just wrap yourself in it, and it's just so beautiful.
It's just such theatrical music, right?
Y'all go see Bohème.
Oh.
Okay too, but Bohème's where it's at.
Oh yes, and see it at the Met. See
it at the Met. The Zeffirelli. Woo! It's the best thing.
It is so.
Get up there one day. I got to get up there.
I have my fingers crossed. I can see it happening. We're gonna use the power of positive visualization and make it happen. Oh my gosh, these are such good questions. I love this comment that we got in the chat. Wait, where did this come from? Sophie and Elise, this is the best career corner ever. Oh my gosh, I agree. I'm having a great time.
Me too. This is awesome.
So fun. All right, so we're 3 questions in already. Here we go. Let's see what our next question is. This is from Victoria in Philadelphia. Hey, Victoria, what do you have?
Hello, my name is Victoria, and I am from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, in the United States. I have 2 questions for Mr. Selby. First of all, what is it like to be an usher at the Met, and what sort of interesting opportunities did you get to experience as part of your job? And second of all, I am currently on the hunt for a voice teacher, and so I'm wondering, what is a good thing to look for to be sure that a teacher will be a good fit and is teaching proper technique? Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Heavy-hitting questions.
She came with the questions today. Let me tell you, being an usher at the Metropolitan Opera House has been a gift, because I will admit, before the day before my first day of being an usher, somebody just went by with a motorcycle, you probably heard. But my first day of being an usher, the day before that was the first day I had ever seen a full opera. Yeah. So since then, just being exposed and being there every night, seeing countless Don Giovannis, and seeing all of the operas, just seeing all of them, and then finding different points of, if I looked at the voices and looked at what was happening on the stage, then I started to peek in to see the communication between the conductor and the orchestra and the voices and the action on stage. So it has been a complete education. Don't tell anybody, because I don't want to have to pay back. And it has been a complete education. And the people who I have met. I met a wonderful woman named Eleanor Ross one day. She's she was a diva and became my friend, and she sang with Corelli. And just meeting people like her who introduced me to more people and it gave me exposure. All of the Linderman young artists who I was not a Linderman, but these people became my friends. And so I could ask them all the questions that I had about languages and opera. And so just the exposure of being in the building, and the building itself is just magical. I tell people often when they may get a little upset, sometimes people do get upset because they get locked out. You must be on time, because we don't want to interrupt this world-class production with the door opening. So we will have you go to List Hall with a drink if you desire. But
we call that opera jail.
It's a beautiful room, and it has world-class sound. But yes, we're not going to let you in if you're late. So be on time. That is a lesson in opera. You must be on time to rehearsal. If your rehearsal's at 3:00, you better be there at 2:15, looking just ready. So you got to be on time. The early bird gets the worm. Anyway, this being in the building, the Metropolitan Opera House are where legends are made and dreams come true. So just going there every day is just beautiful. The other question was,
So Victoria is looking for a new voice teacher or a first voice teacher possibly, and wants to know, how do you know when a teacher is a good fit and they're teaching proper singing technique, especially if you're a young singer? I imagine it can be kind of daunting, right?
It is daunting. First of all, you're going to need to find a teacher that's honest.
Right.
You know, the first thing I asked my teacher, Carol Castell, when I told her I wanted to sing at the Met or in the general sing, I said, now listen, if this ain't working out, tell me I should go on home. So you want to make somebody honest, because someone's going to be honest with you and not just take your money. And then you also want to make sure that as far as technique going, is your throat hurting? Your throat shouldn't hurt. You should not be pushing and doing all of these other things. And, you want to do research. Ask a friend, as you're doing now. I consider myself your friend already. Do your own research about teachers and listen to some of their students and, look at their resume. But you want to have someone who's going to sow into you and who's going to be supportive also in your psyche, because a teacher is someone who you're going to also rely upon, because whatever happens in your life, it's going to come through your voice. If you're happy, it's there. If you're sad, it's there. So a teacher is automatically going to know when you first do your first warm up, if it's something going on. So you want to want somebody who's going to be able to be kind to you, who's not going to abuse you and treat you bad and say mean things, because, our voice is our heart. And if someone just kind of says negative things, that's going to hurt your heart. So you want to find someone who's going to sow into your life, be honest with you, but also build you up and always ready to sing you to someone else. My teacher loves for me to sing in front of other people.
Oh,
she loves to send me out. Okay, I'm going to stop talking about, because I can teach her all day.
No, I think that's great advice. Let's just review Tshombe's tips for a good teacher, because I think these are super valuable. Find a teacher who's honest. Number one, do research. Ask your friends about teachers. Listen to teacher students. Also, you can see more than one teacher. You can go to this, you can go to 3 and then, and then pick the one you like the best, right? And then let's see. Find someone who will be supportive, because it's emotional. I love that Tshombe just said, your voice is your heart. You can't, if you're feeling sad, if you're feeling under the thumb of a teacher that you don't like, you're not going to be able to sing with your full self. Great advice. I hope you're all writing. Yes, Vikram, this is very good advice.
Can I also add, I think I know someone else named Vikram. I want to also add, find yourself a wonderful coach.
Oh.
You need a music, because all teachers don't necessarily play the piano, but you want to find somebody who can get in there and do the nuances of the music, so you can learn the different styles and languages. All of you young people and everybody, including myself, there's a fine app. I don't know if I should be. There's apps that you can use for free that you can work on your languages and you can work on your music reading skills. So many of these things you can do for yourself.
So that's a really good point that you bring up, and I want to just kind of quickly hammer out the difference between a voice teacher and a voice coach. So a voice teacher is working on technique, the foundation, support, and then you go to a coach who's really like a superb pianist and they work repertoire with you.
Yes, and they go to school for years to be able to do all of these things. We have some lovely ones that go through the Lindemann program, but they know their language and they know resources. The biggest thing that you need to do when you're working with people and finding people is people who don't mind saying they don't know. But we can figure it out together. Because sometimes it is unfortunate when people feel that they know everything. Nobody knows everything, but we can all find somebody else, because it's a support system. The Opera House does not just happen with one individual person. It is a community and even a nation, a world of people that make this happen. So that's what you know.
This is so much good advice. I'm kind of like, I can't write down because I have to read the comments, but I'm going to go back and watch this later and take some of this. Okay, this is a two-parter question here. This is from Lucas and Emma, brother and sister team.
All right.
Hi, my name is Emma and I live in Blackstown, Kentucky. And my question for Tshombe is, how low can you sing? Thanks, bye. My name is Lucas. I live in Boytown, Kentucky. My question for Tshombe is, how high can you sing? Thanks.
Okay, so we got how low can you sing and how high can you sing? Thanks, Emma and Lucas.
Well, thank you for those questions, and shout out to Kentucky. I have a few good friends who live in Kentucky. Shout out to Miss Bradley. How low can I sing? Well, I'm a tenor, so I don't go that low, but I can, I'm not like my colleague Eric Owens, who can sing really low, and some others like that bass that's in Rigoletto. I can't go that low, but I'm a tenor, so I go very high. The high C, the king. High C's are what we do, but I can on a when I warm up, sometime I go up to an F. So yeah, there's not many operas that you're going to sing an F in, or even above a C sharp or whatever. But those are what I do vocalize up to. But I feel good when I get up there. Just like my aunt said, I don't throw my head back, because that's not the technique. So don't let me stray you all away, because I'll get some phone calls. You told those people to throw your head back. No, you want to keep your chin level. Have your crown and throw out. But so from C to D to E that's where I like to be. But really, the opera only you really calls for a nice C.
A nice solid C. That's the
nice solid C. C with compassion. Is that spelled C? Oh yes.
Yeah. C for compassion. I like that. C for compassion. C for kindness. Just kidding.
Yeah.
It's K for kindness.
C for cash money.
Oh, there we go. These are such fun questions. Let's keep going. We're having a great time, everyone. I did see someone ask, I'm trying to go back and find it, but the chat is rolling. Someone asked what your dream role is. I want to find out who asked it, because I love that question. I think I know the answer because I read about it in an interview with you.
What mistake to say?
What's your, well, maybe Vikram asks, what's your favorite opera and what languages are you comfortable singing in? But then let's also talk about dream roles, because our campers love that question.
Well, I'll tell you, my dream role would be Rodolfo. Was that the answer I gave in your
what I read? Yeah.
And particularly to sing Rodolfo on the with the Zeffirelli production. It's just so, Rodolfo is just a wonderful young man, and he goes through what a lot of people, what we do many times when he was doing his writing. For me, is when you hit a block and you wonder if it's going to work out, but you dream of castles in the sky, and you live like even though you may not have a lot of money, how you do live is like a millionaire, because you have so many hopes and dreams, and then you fall in love with somebody, and they might even know you're not in love with them, but they enter the room like in Queja de Menina, and their eyes steal your soul, and you have no complaints about the theft because that person's so beautiful. So he just comes alive. But I enjoy other roles as well. The dream for me is not necessarily a role. It is to just be up there singing.
Yeah,
that is really the dream, and touching people and being in the game. That's the thing about it, because it's so beautiful when you're on stage singing, and you just feel the next person to you, and you go through it. You make such good friends, and you hear the audience go. And that's just a beautiful thing for that to happen. So, and
I know you've experienced those moments when the audience breath gets taken away. And I've been in the opera house kind of as an audience participant, and there is so much chemistry. There's so much magic that's just being spun out of this sound, this music that's so powerful. So
languages.
Oh yeah, what languages? My gosh,
I really do enjoy Italian. I also enjoy Russian, and that's coming up soon with the Boris Godunov. But French I enjoy it too when it gets in my mouth. But there's really, I'm getting to love it even more and more and more. But yes, English is great too. But Italian just sings so beautifully.
Oh yeah, and you love Puccini and you love Rodolfo.
Yes.
I just wanted, someone was asking, Rodolfo is a great dream role. Yes, Victoria, you're right. And Rodolfo is one of the main characters in Puccini's opera La Boheme, for those of us who are kind of newer to opera. And that is the opera that has been performed on the Met stage more than any other opera in history. So it's a beautiful production. We talk about the Zeffirelli production, which is the Met's stage production of La Boheme, and it is an epic masterpiece. And
Yes.
When the curtain goes up on Act Two, the audience spontaneously applauds.
And then they try to bring out their phones, and I, as an usher, say, "Oh, I'm very, very sorry, but we cannot have our phones out." And sometimes
Yeah.
people are a little upset, but that is very distracting to have the phone out, because you want to be a good fellow theater goer, because your friends, your colleagues sitting beside you, they didn't use their good money to come and see your phone light.
That's right. Go buy the DVD.
Go buy the DVD. Get a Met subscription. Everybody can get a Met
There you go.
subscription, and you can watch it over and over again.
There you go. All right. Well, on that note, this is a question from our friend Tal, who's from Halifax, Nova Scotia, but right now she's living in Saskatchewan. It's a whole thing. Here's Tal.
Hi, my name is Tal and I live in Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada, but I'm currently in Saskatchewan. And my question is, what do you think is the most interesting or funniest moment or experience you've had in your career working at the Met? Thank you.
Ooh.
Does she mean on? Do we mean on stage?
I think maybe both. And forgive me, Tal. I know that I misgendered you. I know that you use they them pronouns. That's my bad. Forgive me. That's on me. I did it.
By the way, I love your hair.
Right. Yes. They have amazing hair. Okay. So I think what I would like to know, I'm not sure if Tal is here today, but what I would like to know is if, like, in both columns, ushering and also on the stage. So, I mean, I know, having seen you work as an usher and having seen you on stage, I just have a feeling that you've got a lot of really good stories about it.
I have lots of one of my. I'll start with the stage first. You said the funniest moments, right?
Yeah. Funny, interesting moments.
Interesting, funny moments. I have a really good friend, Denisha, who we were scene partners in Porgy and Bess. And in the scene where it starts to rain, we had to put up umbrellas in the opera. And have you guys ever experienced putting your umbrella up and it kind of go the opposite way and flail out? So we had this one rogue umbrella that was never taken out. It was always, and someone different every time would get this umbrella, and they would be so frantically trying to get the umbrella. And we would be like, oh my word, who's got that umbrella? And we have to be serious on stage. And sometimes I would be shaking because it's a sad moment, and that umbrella would go. And one day I got the umbrella, and I was like, oh, I got the bad umbrella. And it was just like,
I love that. I love this idea of everyone like, I don't want the bad umbrella.
I don't want to get the bad umbrella. And then it's like, oh, we got it. So many different things happening on stage, and very, very interesting things. I don't know. It's just, let me tell you. So one more thing from Porgy. Denise Graves would always make desserts for when we ate at the end of the show in the opera. She brings out, I think when Porgy comes back, or at the last scene, she would make a cobbler or something, and they had apple pie every night. It was actually real food. So we would get to the end of the show and get some food, and next thing you know, trying to sing, and we're spewing food out and everything. People are shoving. It was a real good dessert. We're shoving it into our pockets, trying to eat some later. So that was always funny like that. Just wonderful times. Now, as an usher, let me tell you the funniest thing that happened. one day, I don't know if I think it's okay. So one day, someone you're not supposed to bring food into the opera house because we don't want any Stuart Littles disturbing you while you're singing. Stuart Little, so we asked you not to bring any sandwiches or any kind of food into the opera house. And one day this lovely lady brought her peanut butter and jelly sandwich into the opera house, and there was a seat discrepancy, and her sandwich got dropped, or her sandwich fell on the floor, and she was very upset, also upset with the person who she thought was in their seat or something. And the show was about to start, and I can't find my sandwich. I said, ladies and gentlemen, excuse me, please. Excuse me. We have a rogue PB&J. Could everyone look down and find this young lady's PB&J? And so somebody looked down there like they were on Oprah and said, I found it! And the whole side of the opera house just started to laugh and clap and cheer. It was a wonderful moment that could have that was kind of a tense moment because someone was unhappy. But if you just laugh it off and find the funny in it, that's what happens.
Well, it's a powerful testament to your ability to diffuse the situation with a little bit of humor. A rogue PB&J. There we go.
This is the Metropolitan Opera House where dreams are made, or legends are made and dreams come true. This is better than Disneyland. We don't do upset. We are strictly happy.
Well, and the thing I'll say, if you haven't been to the Met before, you have plenty of time to eat. An opera is long, but there are lots of breaks.
Go to the Grand Tier restaurant.
Yeah, you can get a snack. You can eat your snack at intermission. You usually get 2 intermissions. You have plenty of time.
Or some more if you go to a Wagner.
Oh, yeah, right. Here, this is great. Victoria says, what a fantastic way to handle that and de-escalate the situation. And hilarious, of course. All right, we're rolling with these questions here. Okay, now we have many aspiring opera singers in our midst, but Diego from Buenos Aires is always he is ready for that Met debut. He may have a few years to wait, but maybe not. But let's take a look at Diego's question.
Hi, my name is Diego and I'm from Buenos Aires, Argentina. I'm 12 years old and I want to become an opera singer. My question for Tshombe is, how do you prepare for an audition? And do you make audition for kids? Thank you. Bye.
Okay. The question is, how do you, Tshombe, prepare for an audition? And then he wants to know if the Met has auditions for kids. So why don't you answer first and I'll answer the second part, but I think you know both.
Diego, I will first tell you that you pronounce my name how it's phonetically supposed to be pronounced, Tshombe. My teacher, diction coach, Nico Castel, when I met him years ago, he's no longer with us, called me Tshombe. And I was like, why is this man calling me Tshombe? I looked it up on Google and it was like Tshombe. I was like, oh my word, I've been calling myself the wrong thing for 20 some years. Anyway, thank you for that, my friend. Yes, the Metropolitan Opera House has a kids chorus. And I see you look like you already have a costume on for today. And my friend, you are already an opera singer. You already have the air of a wonderful, wonderful young opera singer. So already, yes, get your parents to bring you up there. And, but remember, becoming an opera singer does not validate how special you are here on the earth. Being an opera singer is wonderful, but if you audition, sometimes you get a yes and sometimes you get a no. That's the first thing you need to do when you're preparing for an audition, to know that particular moment and that particular yes or no does not need to kill your joy or steal your joy. You are very special and you should keep trying again. No matter if you're going to sing in your church, at birthday parties, wherever you're going to sing, you are a singer. Singing in your house, learn your music. Don't let an audition deter you or someone's mean comment or whatever, as they say, sometimes your setback when you try hard for an audition and you don't get it. So your setback is a setup for a comeback. So you just remember that. Always know that no matter what happens, you gave it your best shot. So in order to prepare for your audition, you want to make sure that you stand with your shoulders back, your chest up, and you just go in there and deliver and be your perfectly authentic self. Make sure you know your piece in and out. Sing it in the shower, sing it outside while you're exercising, sing it all the time. Make sure you know that thing cold. Work on your languages. Work with your voice teacher, making sure that you pick the appropriate piece of music for your voice, and you're not going to have any problems. And make sure you work with that coach.
Great advice. Now, can I ask you? I love that you. I just want to repeat what you said because it is golden. Your setback is a setup for a comeback. Ooh.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm gonna print that on a T-shirt.
Well, yes, that just comes from my time and being in the church for so long. But we got to remember that sometimes that no was meant to happen to you to get you for the next thing, because you can be wanting to do this over here, and you're really meant to be over here. And that by getting a no here, it leads you to the different place where you're supposed to be. And remember, sometimes you're not where you are, you're not where you used to be, but you're right where you're supposed to be.
Oof. This is so good. Oh my.
Yes, you gotta know those things, because I wanted to be in all the different programs and all the different things. And it turns out that just by being an usher, I developed relationships with people, and I was able to work with all of the people who all of the different programs work for. The people I have my diction coaches at Juilliard. I have Metropolitan Opera House voice coaches and acting people. And I didn't even go to these papers. I was just an usher. So I was right where I was supposed to be.
I love this. Ina says, "We love you, Mr. T."
Yes. You don't practice.
Can I ask you a question about your audition for the Met? What was that day like? And do you remember it? And
oh, my word. Yes,
I think it went well. So
it did go well. Of course, you always want to feel like you sing. I left it all in the room. Because I started working as an usher in 2013, and every day before that particular day that I walked into the Met, I walked in as an usher. But that day, I had already walked in with a live audition at the Metropolitan Opera House. And at that point I didn't have a master's degree. I'd been to a few programs, but I had not worked at, I'm getting tongue tied, had not worked at any of the really big programs. And it was just a dream. And I'm sitting there, and when people see you, they see you and they validate you, because it was me. And it's been such a difficult process, knowing if you have what it takes, if people take you seriously. But the Met, these people were there, and they were listening to me and listening what I had to offer, and they treated me with respect. And since I already knew them, because I had opened the door or helped them out, they were so delighted to see me, because they were like, "Wow, you're here." And I was like, "I am. Can you believe it? I told y'all I was going to make it here. I'm here. I'm going to sing." And I just sang. You know what I did? I did what my aunt told me. I just sit back. I got ugly. And I just sang. I was still the same 4-year-old that was singing in my church, just standing up there, just singing my La Donna e Mobile. So,
wow, that's wonderful. So I have a small clip of you in the Met's production of Porgy and Bess, and I want to take a look, because this is such a joyful moment in this opera. And I think I know where you are in the chorus, but you'll confirm for sure. So check out this scene from the Met's production of Porgy and Bess. you.
That was me down on your computer screen. I was down on the left-hand side.
Oh, there you are.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
And so this picture is done by Mr. Henry Grossman, who is a fabulous photographer. He is a legend in photography. And that's me. That's my friend Denisha right there, and all of my other colleagues up there singing, just giving it, and I'm still in church.
Oh my gosh. So much joy in that production. And I'll say, because Dr. Kamala, who's running the chat for us, and we share an office in the basement of the Met, right next to the rehearsal studio.
Mm-hmm.
And the summer that you were rehearsing for Porgy, because it was opening night of 2019,
yes.
In September, that period of about a month was a period of incredible joy in the Opera House, because the community of performers who were hired to star and chorus members and dancers in that production brought so much community into the building. And I just was so thrilled. I'm always thrilled to go to work at the Met. It's just who I am. I love it there. But it was like a 12 out of a 10. Every day was like 120%. It was so wonderful.
We were so thankful, and it was special to be a part of that production, because although when I was granted the opportunity to be in Porgy, I was also called to be in a part of the Ring Cycle. So the Porgy was not actually my first show, but to be on stage and to walk on stage for the first time with about 50 or more people who it was their lifelong dream to sing on the Met stage, it just brought us together. And I will never forget those people. They are all beautiful.
It actually brings tears to my eyes to remember that night. It was so joyous. I mean, that's the only.
It's so hard. It's so hard when you don't know if you're going to make it, or if you don't know if it's going to come true, and you just get to be out there and you get to sing, and the maestro come up with. I will never forget Maestro Palumbo in one rehearsal. He came up to us and said, he said, now. It was a particular part where just the guys sang, and we sang. We were right on beat. We were singing everything just right. And he said, "Now, guys, you did a beautiful job, but now I just want you to go ahead and just go ahead and have fun with it." And for the maestro to come up and just tell you did a good job, but go ahead now and even just really just dive into it. It makes you feel like you can run through a brick wall. So that's what I'm talking about when you have people who encourage you to be your best and to just go for it. So that's the Met. They tell you to, like Pavarotti said in his documentary, going for a high note is like a horse jumping over the doing one of those jumps. You just know it's going to happen and you just leap. So that's what being at the Met is like.
It always feels like that for me too. Even though I'm not on stage, I still feel like the Met is a place where you can go and be the best expression of your most positive self. And
exactly.
And wherever you go to work, whatever kind of art you choose to express yourself, campers, please make sure that you feel that in the room. Otherwise, there are other places to work. There are other jobs to be had.
There's other places to go, and you can sing to yourself. You don't have to be in it. You could just make a joyful noise. And if you're painting, just paint what's in your heart, and it's gonna come out. But be you. Be you. Don't ever be afraid to be who you are, because some people I go back to North Carolina sometime in my speech. Don't let anyone ever put a lampshade over your light. You let your light shine, because you are special. There's only going to be ever one of you. Even if you're identical twin, you're only going to ever be that one twin. So you are special. Remember, you are special, and you got to walk into any room knowing that, I belong here. I was supposed to be here. There's for the time when you go into an audition, you make them look at you. You turn that light on and you shine. So turn your lights on.
Kyrat says everyone has the right to make a joyful noise. Absolutely. Yes. I love all these questions. We've got two more questions. I think we have time. Let's get them in. This is from our friend Sophia in St. Petersburg, Russia. this is more questions about auditions. I love that they're getting this advice from you.
Hello, my name is Sonia and I'm from St. Petersburg, Russia. My first question is, what program for audition is it worth to choose? A simple one which you are sure of, or to take a risk and try to sing a difficult program in order to show the capacities of the voice? And my second question is how to manage the panic just before opening the door to the audition room. Thank you.
Oh, right.
Well, first of all, I have to apologize because I said Sophia and our friend's name is Sonia. I slipped up there. My apologies, Sonia. Thanks for that great question. So part one, what material, she said what program, what material do you choose for an audition? Do you choose something that's simple and comfortable and you feel good about singing, or do you take a risk? Do you sing something more challenging because that's what shows off your voice more?
Well, what I would tell you is that if you know you have an audition coming, and you have a piece, first of all, you need to make sure you meet the requirements for the audition. Usually there are 4 or 5 contrasting arias that they asked you for, and that paint you in different light. And never pick something that you're not ready to sing. Mm-hmm. You want to pick something that you are ready to sing and you feel comfortable with, because what we remember, the voice is a part of our heart, and we need to know that piece. Yes, there are going to be some pieces that you have had longer, but whatever you present, you want to make sure that you are comfortable with it and you can sing it cold. You know all of your translations, and you really know that piece. You can take a risk, and sometimes they say you can put learned, and it does not mean you've memorized it or performed it. So if they do ask for that piece, you can, it will particularly say that you're working on that piece, and if they ask for it, go ahead and sing it. So you sing the heck out of it. And here's the thing. If you try for that difficult piece and you mess up on a measure, you know that you get to that next measure and you sing the dog out of that next measure. If you mess up, don't you stop in that moment that you messed up and think it's all gone to poot, because many times they will look at you and say, well, he recovered she recovered very well, or, so you got to just know, you just do your best and sing your heart out. But you want to pick a piece. That's where your voice teacher and your vocal coach comes in, and also your heart. And you know what you're supposed to be singing.
So good. And then the second part of Sonia's question was, how do you, Tshombe, manage your emotions just before the audition starts? Your nerves, or whatever you're dealing with.
I kind of shut down a little bit. I get a little quiet. And what I like to do is, if I'm able at all, I like to get to the place where the auditions, even if it's an hour before, I like to walk in the room where I'm going to audition. And I like to walk around in there and know the room. And I like to just feel the space before, and really center myself and get calm. Sometimes people outside like to do a lot of question asking. Even your parents want to know, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you this? Are you that? I like to slow things down and get in my head. I like to put my earphones in. I like to listen to Pavarotti or someone else singing, or even myself, a coach. I like to go through my music, and I like to just do what I need to do. You always want to some of the anxiety can be alleviated by showing up and making sure that you are an hour ahead of schedule. So you're already there. You're not rushing. You're there. You know what you've got to do. You are a tactician. You know what you have to do. Just like the Olympic athletes, they've gone through this playbook many times. You need to set yourself a mock audition at home. You in your room or wherever you put your outfit on. It's important to feel the clothes that you're going to have on. Put those clothes on and sing your piece. And it's going to be the same thing when you go in there. So when you go into the audition, you walk in, you smile, do not rush. Take a breath, give your nod to the pianist, and then you go. You take your time. This is your performance. Room is yours.
So well said. I think so often you can catch the nerves of the other people in the room.
Exactly.
It's all about you.
It's all about you. It sounds a little bad, but
focus.
you have to focus. That's right.
That's the time that you put the work in. You can be a little selfish for that hour, however long it is. Then you can go be nice to everyone. Okay, the campers are asking if you will sing a little bit of something for us. Would you do it?
Oh, sure.
Will we break YouTube? I think we might. Let's go for it.
What piece does the campers like?
Gosh, I don't know. I think dealer's choice. What would you like to hear? Or what? Just a little bit of something, I guess. That's what they're.
Oh wow. Che gelida manina, se la lasci riscaldar, c'è il cor che giova, al buio non si trova, ma per fortuna è una notte di luna, e qui la luna l'abbiamo vicina.
Oof,
the first part of Che Gelida Manina in Bohème.
Oh, Rodolfo, amazing.
Yes. The last part's the best.
Oh, how beautiful. Thank you for that. Oh, thank you for this hour. We have one more question. Tshombe, you have been such a good friend to me at the Met, and you are so inspiring. And I can't think of a better way for us to kind of close out our 4 weeks of Met Opera Global Summer Camp than with someone like you. Campers, just a little housekeeping. Can you hang tight for a second before this last question, Tshombe? Mm-hmm. Remember, tomorrow we have Camper Showcase at noon. This is noon Eastern time. So if you are submitting any camper creations, any performances, make sure you get that submitted in the Google Classroom by 4 o'clock today. Okay, so that's 4 o'clock Eastern. This is all in New York City time. And if you have any questions or you can't seem to submit it, you can always email me here at summercamp@medopera.org. All right. And don't forget to remember that you can watch Rossini's Barber of Seville until tomorrow at 5 p.m. And finally, get on your dancing shoes, everyone. We have our final dance party Friday, July 30th at 1:30 p.m. on Zoom. Dress as your favorite opera character. I know who Tshombe would dress as. He would be Rodolfo, obviously. We've established that. Okay. All right, friends, we have one more question for our inspiring Met Company member, Tshombe Selby. This is from Ben in Kansas City. Here we go.
Hi, Tshombe and Super Susan. I'm Ben from Kansas City. My question is, what's the best advice you've ever gotten from a teacher, mentor, or director?
Thank you, Ben. Oh my gosh. What was the best advice you ever got from a teacher, mentor, or director?
The best advice. Knock 'em dead. Yeah. The best advice it's just go for it. Be your authentic self. I know that may be something that is the best is bring you. Never leave. It is important to always bring some part of you to the character or some part of you to the piece. Think about how this piece has affected you or who you are. Even in sport and life, when I sing there's a boat that's leaving soon. Imagine how there's a boat that's leaving. What it means to when you sing that and to bring your life experiences to the character. So you do need to be the character, but remember that you are a part of this and being you are very important. You are very important, and you are the person who makes this character come to life. You are very important. This is, it's you who's doing this. So that's the best. That's one of the best things is knowing that of your importance in this part and knowing that you matter.
Oh,
You matter in what you're doing, and never forget that this is a part of you, and you can allow yourself to feel and allow yourself to be in the moment.
oh, Tshombe, I cannot wait to go back and rewatch this entire career corner a dozen times to glean all of the wonderful advice that you've given us today. Thank you for being such a valued member of the Met Opera community. Thank you for joining us in the Global Summer Camp. I know, brilliant career corner, all spelled out, all caps.
Thank you.
This has been so wonderful. My friend, I cannot wait to see you. You're going to be in 5 Met Opera productions. 5! 5 this coming season. I can't wait. Friends, you're getting a lot of love from all over the world, from Kansas City. Oh my gosh.
Thank you
from
all so much
Argentina.
for having me. Thank you so much. And you all are, and remember, all of you who are aspiring to be opera singers, you're making outfits, put up an opera in your house, be the star, and you are the diva or the divo of the hour. And if you're conducting, you are it. You are it. You already are. It's never too late to say you already are. You already are.
Oof, I love it.
Walking your dreams. You are already. Imagine it.
Oh,
live it.
You already are. All right, Tshombe, we'll see you so soon, my friend. Thank you. Thanks for joining us. All right.
You guys be well. Bye-bye.
Right, bye-bye. Met Opera campers. I mean, come on. Could I be more inspired than I am right now? I know. Just what a wonderful, wonderful human being. And we have one other wonderful human being who's with us in the backstage, if you will. And I want to bring that person out here because I know a lot of you haven't had the chance to meet the amazing Dr. Kamala Schelling. And we just want a quick chance to check in with all of you. We missed our camper check-in this week. And here she is.
Campers, hello! For those of you who don't know me, I am Dr. Madama Kamala. I work with Dan under normal circumstances. Our desks are right next to each other. And now he's about 5 miles or 8 kilometers away, and it feels really far. I am a white woman with curly chin-length brown hair and purple glasses and red lipstick and a beaded necklace today and a green shirt I'm wearing that's very flowy because it's very hot and humid here in New York. And there's some art on the walls behind me. And today I have a bouquet of flowers I got at the farmer's market with some lilies and some sunflowers and some thistles, and it's making me really happy. And I'm so glad to be here to say hello to you all. If you don't know this already, I am Global Summer Camp in the chat. So if you're on YouTube and you're chatting with Global Summer Camp, that's me.
And you do such a wonderful job. Thank you for all of your help. You really, truly make the summer camp happen. I just come here and click play, and I can do that because of everything that you've set up for me. And it's just so fun. I really appreciate our collaboration. You're wonderful. And I know you know that, but it never hurts to hear it.
You are wonderful too, Spider Dan. I know we're coming toward the end of year 2 of Global Summer Camp. And I just want to say it has been such a pleasure camping with you all. Every week we are so amazed by how insightful you are, how creative you are, how dedicated you are, and how passionate you are about this art form. And it really inspires us to do what we do and keep making the Met available around the world and to people of all ages. And no matter who you are, no matter where you are, no matter what age you are, we think opera can be something for you. And we love having you here proving that philosophy. You might have just heard a crash in the background. That was Margarita, my kitty, jumping from one thing to another and missing and landing on the floor. So thunk, that was her.
Margarita, stay safe. Well, I just wanted to bring you in to thank you on behalf of all of the campers for your remarkable work this summer, and I can't wait to dance with you at the dance party tomorrow.
I can't wait to dance. I am working on my costume. You want to know what I'm going as, Dan?
Tell me.
I'm going as Chickadoo.
Favorite opera character of all time, Chickadoo.
That's right.
I've got to come up with something. I don't know what yet. I don't know. I think I'm probably going to be Tshombe Selby. I think that's what I'm going to have to be.
Oh, what a great choice.
I think
What
so.
a great choice. Our new summer camp opera hero. How
That's
amazing
right.
was that we got to talk to Tshombe Selby?
Oh my gosh. I just am so inspired this week, this summer. We've met Joyce DiDonato, Deanna Damrau, Raven McMillan, Duke Kim, Emily Sierra,
Jennifer Rowley,
and Lawrence Brownlee. I mean, all of these stars, and Tshombe to cap it all off, as well as all of our friends who work backstage in different careers than that. We've had a great summer, friends, and I think we'll see you all tomorrow at Camper Showcase, and then later at the dance party. All right. Bye, Dr. Kamala. Thanks for joining us.
Bye, Spider Dan. Thank you for having me.
I'll see you later. Bye.